I have to change. I mean, journalists don't usually share personal opinions or positions, right? It's a nod to impartiality. It also keeps them out of trouble. But maybe the time has come to be more transparent. My goal here is fairness.
That is Chris Cuomo on his new podcast, The Chris Cuomo Project, which landed in the top 10 in news as soon as it came out. He is with us for the hour. Chris, I agree with you about what you're saying there. When you were doing your CNN show, did you view it as an opinion show or a news show?
No. I think that's a meaningless and weaponized distinction, to be honest. And it's not, by the way, transparent is different than honest. I am not indicting the media. That is done gratuitously and for personal gain. It's the fringes I worry about, not the mainstream media. We have the best media I've ever been around in the world. The resources, the men and women, the resolve, they are honest. Now, is everybody honest? No. Any place you find a system, you're going to find a range of personal accountability and aptitude in whatever the business is. So that's not a fair basis. Our media is good. It is strong. There are problems. The problems are getting worse. But that's
the public doesn't trust it?
But look, the public doesn't trust anything. And that has often been true in this country. It is more true now. But I think you have to look at it holistically. Everybody has to want to have some responsibility if you're going to point at anybody else. And I do not blame the media for where we are today. I am very slow to go with a single solution to any problem.
I blame the media more than you do, but we'll talk about that more. I want to play a little bit of you. You were in Ukraine in the heart of some of the shelling. Let's play a little piece of that.
This was the last volley of shelling several days ago. Look at this. Artillery rounds. You hear that in the distance. It's pretty abandoned. You keep this kind of distance. It's a foxhole. You keep this kind of distance under shelling so that if one hits, not everybody gets hit. It's morbid, but it's a practical reality.
Why'd you decide to go to Ukraine?
It's what I do. I want to be a witness to history. It was difficult for me not to be able to cover this conflict. I'm not a war correspondent. Those people are extraordinary. And I have made it a part of the work I do to help people understand. I've always thought that it was helpful to have me go to those situations because I'm not a war correspondent, and I felt that it would be more relatable for people to understand and digest the experience of being there. And I just decided that if it matters to me, then I should do it. If I think it's going to be helpful, then I should do it. So I went, and I was shocked by two things. One good, one bad. The good thing, blown away by the people. They remind me of what it must have felt like to be an American 240 years ago, when the English came back after the Revolution and wanted to regain this place. The surrendering of the distinctions, and look, they're not us. They're much more homogenous, but they have their differences of opinion and different feelings within their society. But you put that aside when there's an existential threat. And it's not just that they have somebody who wants to kill them, which they do in Russia, but they are fighting for what we say matters. Give me liberty or give me death. Over my dead body will you take away the... They're living it. And I was so moved by that. And it made me feel like there was more America there in that regard than here, not as a criticism of us. Not that Ukraine is better than America, but that's a big thing. The bad thing, the war there is much worse than anybody's been telling us. Much worse.
Chris Cuomo, stay with us. Going to talk more about that, and he's going to announce a big new TV project that he's got coming up. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your cable provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.